Hi everyone, welcome back to Soul Reset Yoga, Day 10, our last day together. We are coming to you again from the Religious Life Gathering Room in the Matthews Ministry Center one last time. I hope this has been a useful series to you in demystifying yoga a little bit. As I've mentioned a couple of times, the range of yoga is enormous. So if you go to a class, which I hope you will, and you don't love it, I hope you will go to another one, because it is everywhere on the spectrum, from gentle and easy to strenuous and hard, on the spectrum from very sort of exercise, fitness oriented out to sort of very zen and philosophical. Everywhere in between, you might hear some driving popular music, you might hear some calming, soothing music, you might have straps, you might have essential oils. Okay, everywhere in this spectrum you'll find all different kinds of yoga. So keep at it until you find one that feels like home to you, and keep doing it. I hope you'll begin a lifelong yoga practice, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, like we talked about recently. So since it's our last day, let's get busy. All right, we're going to start with warm-ups. We'll use sun salutations, which you learned a few days ago. So we'll start just gentle with them, and maybe we'll work them up a little bit. But for starters, don't push yourself too hard. Just nice, easy sun salutes. All right. So here we go. If you recall, we begin with a forward fold. So arms up. And exhale, swan dive down. Hang in that position, and then use your hands to steady you and step a foot back into runner pose. Other foot back into plank. Come down, knees, chest and chin. Roll up into cobra. And back down, and push up into downward dog. You can move through table pose. And take just a minute here to walk your feet in place, stretch out those hamstrings, stretch out your calves, and then bring your foot forward. Open your hips back into runner pose, and bring your other foot forward and roll up. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So get yourself ready. Forward fold, lift, swan dive. Leg back, stretch runner pose, leg back, hold that plank, knees, chest and chin down, rolling up into cobra, and back down, pushing through table, into downward dog. Stepping back up to your hands and stretching. Second foot up and roll up. Take a moment just to center on your breath before we do another round. Feel your body begin to wake up. Stand tall in mountain pose while you're recentering yourself. Breathe deeply. And let's go through that again. So to begin, arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, bow forward. Bend your knees and step a foot back. Stretch your hips open. Back into plank. Down to the floor. You can come straight down if you want, or knees, chest, and chin. Curl up into cobra. And back down. Push up into downward dog. Walk your feet in place, find a comfortable spot. And then swing that foot back up between your hands. Stretch your hips wide. Swing up the other foot. And roll back up. Other side. Arms overhead. Bow forward. Forward fold. One foot back. Stretch wide. Second foot back. Into plank. Down to the floor. Up into cobra. Back down. Push through to downward dog. Settle your feet. Stretch that downward dog. Foot up between your hands. Stretch your hips. Second foot up. Fold over and roll up. Take a moment again. Just pause. Feel all that energy coursing through. Focus on your breath. Close your eyes. Take a pause here, nice and warm. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. All right, let's move to what's next. If you recall, during our 50 pose marathon yesterday, we skipped the wide-legged seated positions, so we'll do those today one last time. So down to the floor, legs apart. Find your sit bones to sit nice and tall. Try to get yourself comfortable as you can. It's not a comfortable position for most of us anyway. But get yourself situated, and then we're going to just fold forward. Lead with your chest, land where you land. And then hang, stretching out those hips, those muscles along your inner thigh, muscles of your lower back. Keep breathing. You don't have to push it, just hang. And try to relax, whatever that might feel like. Any muscles that you're holding that you don't need to, just try to let them go. Let your head hang, arms, shoulders. And wherever you're feeling tightness, breathe into it. Try to loosen it up, give it some time. Stay with it. If you feel like you have it in you, take a breath and then try to inhale a little bit further. If you don't, then don't. And then roll yourself back up to center. Once again, nice tall. Then we'll go head to knee in this position. So turn yourself toward a leg. Try to keep yourself situated here. Turn yourself toward a leg. Keep your feet flexed. And then chest to knee, reaching out. As usual, wherever you land is great. Don't overstretch your back or your legs. Just go as far as you feel like it and then hang. Relax your neck. As always, if you feel like sinking further on an exhale, do that. If you feel like you're at your limit and you want to back off a little bit, do that. Just try to be patient with these stretches. Take your time. And roll up. Back to center, and we'll go to leg number 2. So, turn your torso toward the leg, and then lean out over and down. You'll probably find one leg is a little bit easier than the other. It's not uncommon. If that happens, maybe try to spend a little more time on the leg that doesn't work as well, so you can maybe find some evening up there. Keep breathing. Keep sinking. Be patient. And bring yourself back up. Back to center, and then we'll do the rotated head to knee. So from here, we'll just kind of start from this spot, place this hand wherever, the other arm comes over, and your torso goes down toward the leg. Wherever you land is great. And as usual, do your best to just be comfortable here. Make sure you keep breathing and see if you can find some patience to just stick with this stretch for a while. It will pay off, believe it or not. Try to keep your chest open to the front, this upper arm up above your head. Feel that stretch in your hips, along your waist, your rib cage. And back to center. Take a moment and we'll head to the other side. So again, torso remains forward, lift over top, and stretch over. Try to get that nice wide lift on the open side, not so much scrunching on the closed side. And reach. Reach wherever you happen to be. And then just try to sink into it. Try to relax there. Keep your legs open. If your knees are bent, that's fine. However far you're going is great. Just doing it. Keep breathing. Keep sinking. And come back. All right, while we're here, let's just do a little twist. Okay, so use if you can reach around with one hand and put it kind of on your leg. I'm not using directions, so whichever way you want to go, and then place the other hand behind you and use those two just to twist around a little bit. If you'd rather keep that hand in front or put it on the other leg, whatever seems to work best. Just breathe, keep your shoulders down, turn your neck but not too far, and let's switch to the other side. And come back to center and bring your legs in. Pound them out a little bit. That was a lot of stretch. How are we doing? Good? Yeah. Not easy stretches, but very effective. Definitely open up your hips really well. All right, let's come up to standing. And what I'd like to do next is a little bit of a couple of flow sequences. All right, we've talked about flow, talked about vinyasa flow. All right, so this will kind of give you a sense of what a class like that might look like, a vinyasa flow class. And we'll keep it short so it doesn't wear us out today. So, but here's, just try to follow along. I'll take it not too fast, but you can see, if you can get a sense of what it's like. You will see the roots of sun salutation that we warmed up with. You'll see that in here, but a lot of other poses will be incorporated. Okay, so let's give that a try. All right, so turning sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. And we're going to begin with a forward fold, which is very sun salute, okay? So we'll go up and over. And then from here, you might be told you can jump back or step back into downward dog. We'll keep the stepping for now, but step yourself back into downward dog and really stretch into it. And then from here, move into a three-legged dog, as we've talked about before, with your one leg up in the air, and then shoot that leg up to your hands. And we'll come up into crescent pose. You know what? I'm just going to switch legs so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're coming up into crescent pose. Nice high lunge. And breathe there, hold that pose. And then from here, we'll morph right into warrior two. So turn your torso forward, turn that back foot out and forward, arms straight, and then gaze over that front hand. And from here, we'll back up into peaceful warrior. And down into side angle. And then we'll give that knee a break, straighten it up, and we'll come into triangle pose. Okay, so we still have the feet the same way. Forward palms and pivot down. Good. And back up. And then we'll come forward and we'll move back into downward dog. And then jump or step the feet forward and roll back up. And we're ready to try it on the other side. Okay? So that's just a little sense of what a flow might look like. All right. Ready? Here we go again. Arms up. Forward fold. Back into downward dog. Other leg up in the air. And step forward. Come up into crescent. Hold that. Shoulders down, gazing out, lifted, chest open, and morph into warrior two. And come back into peaceful warrior. And down into side angle. Remember, not too much weight here. Weight evenly distributed on both feet. And back up. And we'll come into triangle. Feet stay where they are, leg is straight, palms forward, and rotate down. Stretch between your hands, hips open. Back up. Come back over and step back into downward dog. Stretch. Shoulders open, feet pressing to the floor. And walk yourself back up to forward fold. And roll up. Okay, does that give you a sense? We'll try another little sequence here, similar but slightly different. All right, should we try it again? First side. We're going to begin it the same way. All right, inhale up, and then exhale, bow into forward fold. Step back into downward dog. Stretch out into it as much as you can. And this time come into plank. And then come to the floor, either knees, chest, and chin, or straight down. And then arch up into downward dog, upward dog, if you recall. Upward dog, and then morph that right into downward dog. And stretch again. And now three-legged dog, leg up, foot up into the air, and then shoot it forward to your hands. And this time we'll come into warrior one. So you've got your back leg turned out. You're all the way up, but you're facing forward. And you're sinking in, sinking your bent leg down to the floor, knee over your foot, your ankle, and up to the sky. Hold this. And we'll try something different here. Hold the lower body position and try to reach out with your upper arms. intensify that quad stretch, that hamstring stretch. And then back up, arms down, and step forward. And we'll head right into Warrior 3, okay? Same as we were just doing, but with the foot off the floor. And this time try to exit the pose by bringing your hands down. You can bend your knee and bring your foot in, and then roll up as if from a forward fold. Good, that was tough. All right, now we'll do the other side. Okay, second flow sequence on this side this time. So we'll begin again the usual way, coming into a forward fold. Let me just try this once. Hair getting in my way. Give you a moment for another breath here. Okay, let's do it. Arms up and bow forward. Step back into downward dog. Stretch out your shoulders, stretch down your feet, and then morph into plank. Nice long plank. Keep breathing, shoulders relaxed, and then come down to the floor. Try to keep your elbows in. Knees, chest, and chin are straight down. And then arch yourself up into up dog, all the way up. And then morph back into downward dog. Stretch into that pose, keep breathing. And now three-legged dog, second leg up in the air. And shoot it forward to your hands. And then see if you can morph into Warrior 1. So turn that back leg, keep your torso forward, and come all the way up. Adjust your feet length if you need to. Spread them closer, farther. Shoulders relaxed, arms straight up, chest wide open, knee bending over your ankle. Keep breathing. Come into Warrior 2. And back to 1. Reach out. Keep that knee bent as well as you can. Come up if you need to. If you need to just take a break and come up, do it. But reach. And back up into Warrior 1. Hands down, come back to downward dog. And walk your feet up and roll up. And we'll go straight into Warrior 3, mimicking what we were just doing with Warrior 1. Plant one leg, arms overhead, and pivot straight down to horizontal. And then to come out of that pose, go onto the floor with your hands, bend your knees in, and then roll up as if you were doing a forward fold. Not easy, huh? All right, yeah, you can see that flow can get your cardio going. It can take a lot more energy, strength. So that's enough flow for today. All right, just kind of wanted to show you what that looks like. It's just kind of sequence of poses that kind of blend into each other and morph into each other and kind of tend to keep moving. Although sometimes you could do the same thing just at a slower pace, hold those positions longer. Although when you get to holding one of these bent leg poses for a long time and transitioning in and out of one pose to another, it's pretty challenging, okay? All right, you've earned a rest here in mountain pose. Just take it for a moment, okay? Close your eyes, breathe. Nice and tall, body engaged, feet rooted. Just take a minute to feel the consequences of those flow sequences. Breathe and relax. Okay, next up, let's try one last balance pose for our series. We're going to go back to the very beginning and revisit tree pose, okay? And this time I want you to just really take your time and lose yourself in the pose. And I want you to think about what kind of tree you want to be, okay? Just use your creativity. Every single tree in the forest is different. And every human being is different, everyone is unique, everyone is beautiful in their uniqueness, okay? So think about, we've put feet different places, we've put arms different places, you can do anything you want, all right? So, get yourself centered, feel yourself tall, feel yourself rooted like a tree. Begin to think about coming off onto one foot. And then just use your imagination wherever you want to put your foot, wherever you want to put your hands, okay? So slowly in your own time, come on up, find your gaze, find your balance. You can rest it on your leg, you can just tripod it at your ankle, you can bring it on up. It can be a nice full tree, it can be a nice wide tree, it can be a prayerful tree. Whatever the Spirit moves you. Just allow yourself to be your own unique tree, unlike any other. Completely beautiful as you are, including if you're a falling down tree. Try to find some peace in the balance movement. See if you can hold on to your center. When you've had enough, come down. Try to come down on your own terms, not your body's falling down terms. And when you get back to center, shake it out, back to mountain. Refine your center before you head to the other side. Take a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, find your gaze point, find your center, find your balance, root your foot, and begin to lift off with your other leg. You can be a completely different kind of tree this time, whatever the Spirit moves you, okay? Whatever feels comfortable. If it's just this, that's great. If you can lift it up, perfect. If you want to bring it on up, whatever you're in the mood for. Be a bare tree, it can be a blowing in the wind tree. Just try to find your calm, find your peace, find your unique expression of tree for today. ready, come down. Beautiful. Okay, let's head to the floor for some cool down. We're going to start with bridge. So get yourself comfortable flat on the floor, on your back, supine. Feet planted just below your hips. And remember, bridge is just lifting your hips up to the sky, okay? So palms down. Take a breath and lift. And now try to use your feet to press yourself a little bit higher. And see if you can bring your shoulders underneath you a little bit to even accentuate the stretch on your back and shoulders. And open your chest even wider. And let's come back down. Take just a second here and we'll do it again. This time, see if you can take your shoulders a little further under and see if you can clasp your hands underneath your body. All right, you ready? Take a breath and push off with your feet, lift your hips, and bring your arms underneath and clasp your hands. Okay? Keep breathing, keep stretching your hips up, relax your neck. Keep pushing and come on back down. Take a breath. Let's bring knees up to chest. Roll that out, a little side to side. See how far you can go without falling. All right, let's do the reclined pigeon. So you're crossing an ankle over a thigh and then you're reaching around the whole thing to bring it up. And stretch those hips a little bit more, continuing what we were doing when we were seated. Be patient with the stretch as always. These hip stretches, you need to be patient. And go ahead and swap legs. Other ankle over other thigh. Reach around and hug it in. Breathe into your stiff points wherever they may be. Mine's right there. Good. Bring them together, hug both knees into your chest. And from here, roll over to one side for a little twist. Look the other direction. And back around the other way. Keep your shoulders on the floor. And back to center. Hug those knees one more time. And then head down into Shavasana. Do you know the drill by now? Reach your shoulders down away from your head. Nice long back of your neck, very long. Reach toward the floor, toward your feet. Reach along the floor toward your feet. Relax your arms. Press your lower back into the floor and then straighten your legs and then release your lower back so you're just completely comfortable. Let your feet fall to the side. Make sure you feel situated, balanced, completely comfortable. Adjust if you need to. And then just sink. and rest and relax. Another good yoga session. See if you can recall how you felt when you started. See if you feel more peaceful, more centered now. Enjoy that feeling. Focus on your breath. Continue to just let go of everything for now. Release all the tension in your head. Just let your whole head soften. Let your features of your face all soften. Your eyes, mouth, jaw. Soften your ears, soften your cheeks, soften your forehead. Soften your neck, let all the tension release from your neck. Release all the tension from your shoulders, from your chest, from your upper back. Feel everything unwind and soften. Release any tension you're holding in your arms, your hands. Just let them feel completely jello. Release all tension from your hips. Let your hips just sink into the floor, be completely relaxed, no holding anything. Release all the tension in your legs, down to your feet. Just feel all the muscles in your legs relaxing, unwinding, softening. Your feet completely relaxed, softened. Just let your whole body relax and feel like jello. Keep your attention focused on your breath. Nice and deep, nice and easy. Your body is feeling completely smooth, completely unwound, spent, resting. In your own time, begin to wake yourself back up. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Move your body around, bring life back into it. When you feel ready, bring your feet up flat on the floor, bend your knees, and then roll yourself over to the side slowly. And slowly come up to sitting. Head comes up last. Get yourself into a comfortable position. Set your intention for the day. Open your eyes whenever you're ready. I want to say thank you so much for joining us in Soul Reset Yoga. I hope it has helped a little bit to demystify yoga for you and perhaps even to reset your soul a little bit. Even though I haven't met many of you perhaps, I will miss you. I've had a lot of fun and I'm grateful for you joining us. I hope you'll find yourself a yoga practice and continue with it. And I hope if you see me on campus, you'll say hello. Or maybe namaste, or whatever you want to say. I wish you all the best going forward. Namaste.